not Wakefield, Warrington and Wigan, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I rate Will Dagger quite a lot, but I'm guessing he just doesn't fit.
Back.
Yeah, Quinlan being fit and doesn't fit into Tony Smith's plans for whatever reason.
Tony Smith picked him off from Warrington as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Maybe there's some history there.
Okay.
Right, we've got a developing story here, and Robbie Farah has retired from representative rugby league after playing for Lebanon, Australia, and New South Wales during his career.
Yeah, and Josh got in touch and said, so after slamming fellow Lebanese players and the Lebanese Federation, he gives up. I just don't get all that wasted oxygen. I think it could make a major impact as he's Lebanon's talisman. I think that's a bit harsh from Josh, because I got the impression that Farah was always going to be retiring from rep football soon enough, and also it's unclear whether he ever would have had any games to play for Lebanon, given that they don't have any fixtures lined up now until the next World Cup, and as you say, there's been a development.
Yeah, so today the Lebanese Rugby League Federation has suspended 17 players following recent protests against the governing body. In a statement released on the LRLF website, the players have been asked to appear before a misconduct panel and have been suspended with immediate effect from all Lebanese Rugby League activity, such as there is, pending the outcome of misconduct proceedings. The protests against the LRLF saw Lebanon players cover up the logo of the governing body on their jerseys and were led by NRL stars Robbie Farah and Tim Manor. Parramatta ace Mitchell Moses, who did not play in the Cedars' defeat to Fiji at Leichhardt Oval, has also been suspended. So that means one of the 17 players who played didn't get suspended. So you could, if you could bother to sit down with the team.
Didn't get suspended because he's retired?
No, Farah's in there. So the players charged are Adam Duhay, Tariq El-Hajj, Michael El Toom, Ahmed Elaz, Robbie Farah, Nick Cassis, Anthony Leyoun, Michael Leachai, Bial Marbini, Tim Manor, Josh Mansour, Abbas Miski, Mitchell Moses, James Rumanos, Chris Saab, Ali Sad, and George Yazbek.
So that young forward young forward who plays for West Tigers, then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though, don't you?
I can picture him. I can picture it. I can picture the guy.
Alex Twal.
Yes.
He's not on that list.
He's okay. Let's find the.
Anyway, I mean, yeah, like it's been announced that Lebanon now won't really have any fixtures because the Cook Islands are going to jump into the round robin situation for the Oceanic Cup now that they've earned their place in the World Cup for next time around. So I just think it's a bit of a mess, this, for the Lebanese Rugby League Federation. And I don't think Robbie
and following that, sorry, there's been another development.
Oh.
So the Rugby League International Federation has been approached by its member, the Lebanese Rugby League, to suggest independent and suitably qualified people who could participate in this disciplinary panel. This is to strengthen further the independence and rigour of the process. The RLIF has agreed to supply a list of 3 potential independent panellists from outside of Rugby League from which the LRLF can make their choice. So it's a bit of a mess in Lebanon.
Absolute farce. We missed Rochdale have signed French halfback Pierre-Louis Burrell and he made his debut in their defeat to Swinton on Sunday. Burrell, 26, scored a brace of tries as bottom of the table Hornets went down 36-28. Spoiler for the other results section, but we missed that one out before. But do you want to do the and finally?
Yes, and finally, former Wakefield Trinity and Hull KR winger or Winger, depending on your persuasion, Ben Cockayne has called time on his playing career after York City Knights star was told he needs a knee reconstruction. The 35-year-old was injured during York's championship game against the Swinton Lions in April, and we had some views on this. A view on this one.
Yeah, Tom Andrews obviously comments on all things Hull KR or otherwise, so when a Hull KR news story is out there, he'll make sure he gets his views in. He says, wishing him the best in retirement, watched him play almost as long as I remember watching rugby, played his part in 2 promotion years and was fucked over by Chester when he didn't get to play at Wembley. One of the best wind-up merchants for the curly turds too. They bloody hated him. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie.
Yeah. Well, there we go. That's his career done.
Ben Cockayne is a player that I feel doesn't get the asterisks, the sort of qualification of who he is and what he's done when he's talked about. And I feel like this happens so much in our sport. And I'm not getting at Ben Cockayne as the player. I think he was a good player. Got the best out of himself. I think he got the maximum out of his talent and capabilities, did Ben Cockayne, and I'm always appreciative of players who do that on the field. But off the field, I'll always remember him from that hideous and vicious assault that he got convicted of and charged with. I think he got in the end 250 hours of community service, and I think a lot of people saw the video because it was caught on CCTV, and basically him and another guy, who I think was also a rugby player, had another bloke cornered and beat the shit out of him. And why does... I know Zach Hardacre's had like several indiscretions, and I know there's other players out there who, when they get sort of talked about with the trying to redeem themselves for certain things as well, other than just Zach. But why is it that some people have to like carry that bad boy rep, whereas other players can be like charged for these criminal offences, like Ben Cockayne,
or
like
Ryan
Robert
Bailey,
Louis, like Greg Johnson, but no one really talks about him one way or another. And
no one talks about him full stop.
And yeah. I mean, you know, and I'm not saying these characters haven't rehabilitated themselves either. You know, and should get credit for where they've done that, particularly people who've only had one offence, like a Greg Johnson, for example. But why do they never get the asterisks? Why do they never get the redemption angle? Why does it even not get acknowledged? Some of the things, some of the hideous acts that these people have committed. That's what I don't get. You know, like everyone will hate on Greg Bird because he's a bit of a grub, and had like. What was his deal? Wasn't it like just drink driving or something that he actually only got charged with?
Yeah, it was something because that's
aggravated assault stuff. But you know, there's some people, Greg Bird being one of them, Zach Hardacre being another, who'll always have that asterisk whenever someone's praising them. Why doesn't that apply to these people? These other players.
Right, Ryan Bailey is a classic one in point. That he went to prison for some pretty nasty stuff, and that was barely mentioned after not long after.
Career. Yeah, true. Even to an extent, Scott Moore, and that's very recent that he was in prison. And is he still wearing a tag now when he's playing, or is that expired that period? But he was wearing a tag. You could visibly see a tag around his ankle when he was playing games of rugby. It just anyway. That's off my chest now. But good luck to Ben Cockayne in retirement. Just don't fucking try and flog your Herbalife my way. All right, buddy.
Is Herbalife still a thing? Are people still doing that?
I don't know. He probably got some other pyramid schemes going on now, hasn't he?
Because it's the same as that coffee. That was that coffee one going around that a lot of the certainly a lot of the lower league footballers jumped on. That suddenly disappeared overnight. You think, what happened to that?
Well,
I'm just reading. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Did he actually get charged for this one?
Who are we talking about now?
I'm just looking at Greg Bird's
rap sheet.
Yeah, because he got denied a work permit because of the charges in 2008.
Yeah, but
where
I thought that was even like was that a driving offence or was that?
No, well, the charges. Now, doesn't say where he was convicted. He was charged with allegedly inflicting. He was charged with maliciously inflicting grievous bodily harm on a 24-year-old American girlfriend at his flat Cronulla.
That's serious.
It was alleged that he had smashed a glass into her face.
Yeah.
It was then reported that she underwent surgery for a fractured eye socket and facial injuries. Bird was then granted bail.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever was actually
Yeah, and
charged.
he was charged with it, but he didn't get convicted.
Convicted, right? Yeah.
He signed that contract with Bradford and then never took it up because he couldn't get a work permit.
Yeah, what's his face? Carney as well, Todd Carney.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was a bad boy, but I don't think he did as bad as what Greg Bird did there, and certainly what those other people who we know were convicted.
Sorry, in fact, on 22nd June 2009, he was sentenced with a maximum of 16 months imprisonment. On appeal in 2009, he was acquitted of the charges.
Yeah.
After both he and his girlfriend gave evidence to support his claims.
Yeah, this is a problem. This was always the problem with the Ben Barber situation as well, wasn't it? With his, until we saw a video of it, the new offence, and then you can't fucking hide from that. But it just nags at me that some players get treated like the criminals because they are, and other people get treated like they're legends or heroes or I don't know. Anyway, I could go on about it, so let's move on instead and talk about more happy things when we talk about Super League match reviews from round 20. Right, Tim, round 20 it was of the Super League this week. Average attendance, positive numbers to report this week, 10,140. That's the third best weekly average attendance of the year so far. As we qualified last week with some of the home crowds being the home venues, being teams that are less well supported, I think we can have that same theme the other way around for this weekend's games, but that is nothing to get too bogged down in. Let's just celebrate the fact that it was an average crowd of 5 figures. The first game, Tim, I think you will enjoy taking us through this one.
Yes. Well, I definitely endured watching it, but I enjoyed the afterglow. It finished Hull KR, the glorious Hull Kingston Rovers 18, Hull FC from the other side on just 10 points, it being 6-all at half-time in front of 10,221 lucky people, refereed by one Mr. Robert Hicks. And the stats told us that the only key stat lost by Hull KR was tackle success. That means they made more meters, more breaks, fewer errors, and conceded fewer penalties. They didn't win by any wide margin, but the numbers support them deserving that win. In terms of the individuals, Matty Parcell, the postman, he did indeed deliver. One very crucial try, 41 tackles and 131 metres made. Mitch Garber again turning in a good performance, 1 try assist, 142 metres. Ryan Shaw, 135 metres, so he doesn't just kick, he does run as well. And Ben Crooks, 1 try, 6 tackle busts, 122 metres for the losers from Hull FC. Danny Houghton making 59 tackles, 15 of those from marker. Beretta Ferrimo, 1 try, 8 tackle busts, 173 metres, 3 clean breaks. Mark Minicello, 5 tackle busts, 123 metres. And Joe Westerman making 43 tackles and smuggling away 3 offloads as well. And we had a lot of fan views on this one, Mark.
Yeah, we start with Paige. She says, the joy of Derby Day. It was clear that we was trying way too hard in the first half. I don't care what people say, Connor isn't a halfback, he's a centre. We missed Kelly tonight, big style. The Dobbins wanted it more, but we're still third and got a semi-final to look forward to. Guess it's time to join the Send Leeds Down Brigade. Man, Tom's going to be unbearable.
Shoddy Mungo. Alan said Quinlan's tippy toes to avoid the goal line dropout was a massive moment that could have swung the momentum, but that's a massive 4 points that KR have taken off FC this year. Thank you very much.
AK Steel 69 said, fuck it, I just can't decide if we are world beaters or turd eaters.
Oh, can we have that as the episode title?
Oh, it's in the conversation. Rovers the better team on the night and deserve the win. If they played like they do against Hull every week, they wouldn't be in the position they are now. Anyone who says Jake is a better 6 than centre at this stage of his career needs their noggin tested. Maybe a 5-day turnaround from a trip to France had an effect. Maybe not. P.S. Oh, I think I've done something wrong here. I think I've edited out Tom's by accident because I thought it was Tom who said, "P.S. Stop crying, Radford. It must have been the jet lag." Yeah, sorry, Tom. Don't send ones that are so long next